Hey Ray, so what do I need to know about home insurance and utility accounts? So I don't actually get this question a lot, but it's a very good question because insurance and utilities cause a lot of problems during the closing process. Insurance and utilities are just so boring and tedious that a lot of clients and lawyers tend to ignore these issues until there is a real problem, usually at the last minute. So first of all, if you are buying a house or a condo, setting up the insurance and utility accounts is your responsibility, not mine as your lawyer. Maybe 20 or 30 years ago, some lawyers would actually write letters to the insurance or utility companies, but that's just not what happens anymore. Now, if you're getting a mortgage, then home insurance is actually mandatory. You will not be able to close without proof of home insurance. And your insurance policy will also need to show that the mortgage lender is the loss payee. That means that if there is a claim, for example, if your house burns down, the bank will have the right to receive the insurance proceeds, not you. The bank can then choose whether to use the proceeds to pay for the reconstruction of the house or to repay the mortgage, depending on the situation. So indirectly, when you pay for insurance, you are actually paying to insure the bank's mortgage against damage to their collateral, i.e. your property. Now, getting home insurance also takes time. Sometimes it takes weeks. So you will need to provide lots of information about your home, including the year it was built, the square footage, maybe even details about the heating and the plumbing and electricity. So be prepared and give yourself extra time to get this sorted out. I've had many deals get delayed because the insurance was not ready at the time of closing. Now, in terms of utilities, this will depend on what services your house or condo requires. In most modern condos in the last couple of years, there's usually only one sub-metering company that takes care of all the different utility accounts. So this makes it somewhat easier. But for most people, you will have to set up one account for hydroelectricity, one for natural gas. You might need one for any rental water heaters or furnaces, AC. The one exception is local water and garbage collection, which are provided by most municipalities here in Ontario, Canada. So these municipal accounts will automatically be set up when the transfer of ownership is provided to the city. But if you are selling your house or a condo, it will be your responsibility as the owner to cancel or transfer all of your accounts, including the municipal accounts and any pre-authorized debit plans. A lot of times clients forget to cancel their pre-authorized debit plans and they get charged a month or two after closing. And it becomes quite a hassle to get a refund for these amounts. So this brings us to an interesting point about what happens when there is an unpaid utility account or municipal account after closing. Municipal services are charged to the property, not the owner, meaning the new owner assumes responsibility for any unpaid balances owed by the previous owner on things like property taxes, water, garbage collection. So when I act as your lawyer for the purchase in a transaction, my main concern is verifying that all the previous municipal accounts have been fully paid out. And this is why sometimes you'll see an adjustment on the closing date to prorate the property taxes depending on the date in the year that you close. But for other utilities like electricity, natural gas, the responsibility stays with the previous owner. So even if the previous owner has thousands of unpaid electricity bills, that will not affect you as the new owner. You just set up a new account and start from a zero balance. That's why sometimes a utility company will require a large security deposit so that they can settle these outstanding balances if their final bill is not paid. And this happens a lot especially if you have tenants. So to recap, it is your responsibility to set up or cancel your insurance or utility accounts. Home insurance is mandatory if you are getting a mortgage. Give yourself extra time to set up the home insurance policy, and think of it like buying a car. You might want to know the insurance situation before you even put in an offer. Same thing with canceling your accounts. You might need to give extra notice or they will still charge you after closing. Other municipal accounts are my responsibility and will get prorated when you close. Everything else, as your lawyer, I don't really get involved in. We call them the off-title accounts. Okay, so that's it. That's episode 5 of the Deep Dive with Deep Law. And I'm Raymond Diep, Canadian real estate lawyer. Thanks for watching.